Ahead of the International Holocaust Remembrance Day on Friday, the Azrieli Foundation and Penguin Random House Canada have released a collection of 5 audiobook memoirs. They're all from Holocaust survivors who came to this country. And the director of the memoirs program, Jody Spiegel, joins us with more. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you.
This is so important because of the 6 million Jews who were eliminated from the Holocaust. Each one has a different story.
Absolutely. Each survivor who survived the war, came to Canada, and had the courage to share their story carries with them the weight of all of those, the 6 million who were perished in the war.
And this, so the project has, for the next several days, you can download these for free, and then they're going to be for free as well to educational groups, and then they're for sale with the proceeds going back. But tell me about some of these stories. I listened to 2 of them yesterday, and I was just dumbfounded by the hope in some of them and things that I didn't know, that everybody needs to know.
Well, these are multifaceted, beautiful stories. So it's not just about tragedy and loss. It is sad, but there's also hope and courage and resilience. These stories are a variety of experiences, from a young girl who had to pass as a young Catholic girl in France to a man on the run in Europe. From Germany after his father was picked up during Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, and told him to go. These stories, you know, the Holocaust is not just one story. And what we need to realize is that if they had the courage to share what they witnessed, we must have the courage to listen. We know that people come to stories in different ways, and these audiobooks are going to allow more people to access this important history and to learn about what life was like before the war, how beautiful the world was, what happened and what was destroyed, and what it was like to come to Canada as a new Canadian, to become a new Canadian and build a life here.
One of the ones that I listened to yesterday was the one about Marguerite, where she talks about being a little girl in Paris and you know, enjoying hot chocolate with her parents and the jobs that they did. And then all of a sudden you get to the point where her father is arrested by the French police. And it's just like, why is this happening? And you see like how lovely life was before. There were certainly slurs against her and her family, but all in all, it was just beautiful. And she talks about the love of her family and how, you know, how to keep her dad's memory alive.
Marguerite is, you know, Marguerite's story is beautiful. The way she shares it is beautiful. And the commitment that these people had to share their families' love, traditions, culture. You know, like you said, she was a young girl and everything was ripped right under her. She was a regular person who loved her family and loved going out for hot chocolate, and then the whole world changed. And to feel that in the act of listening is quite powerful.
Yes, I stopped what I was doing. I kind of had it on. I had my earphones on, and I kind of was doing other things. And then I found myself, I just sat down and listened because I needed to soak it in that way. There was another very important one, a message that refugees are still around us every day from other countries. And sometimes we don't see that, and we need to see that.
Absolutely. There's a struggle. Everyone is sort of in a space right now who we take for granted sometimes, are dealing with things that we can't possibly understand. The weight of a family history, the weight of coming somewhere new, of loss, and that resilience. At the very least, what we can learn from reading and listening to these stories
Jody,
is the power of resilience.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here. We've run out of time, but I want to let people know we've got all the details on this free book, free series of book on our website, chch.com.